preparado aí? É, preparado, dia 20 de julho.
20 de julho.
Vai fazer o que hoje?
Dá um presente pro papai.
É.
Parabéns, viu?
Obrigado, presente pra mim, porque...
Parabéns, papai.
Aniversário.
Dia do amigo também, dia 20 de julho, dia do amigo.
Parabéns.
Valeu, irmão, valeu. Obrigado.
Pode dar os presentes agora?
E hoje é o dia, né?
Pode.
Não, é a corrida, o presente é a corrida.
Deixa eu segurar o vídeo.
O presente é a corrida.
Presente aí.
Tá, porra, vocês estão focando, hein?
É, agora tem um fonezinho.
Tem conversa não.
Esse fone de plástico no avião. Não, não, velho.
Fazer a
Não,
bike,
dá não,
fazer a
dá
bike
não.
na academia com fonezão
É,
agora.
Não, na
tá.
Tem desculpa não, tem desculpa não.
Aqui, ó.
Obrigado, obrigado.
Pra ficar daquele jeito ainda.
Vai, uau.
Só não pode usar muito, viu?
As meninas, as novinhas, né?
Senão conquista muito coração,
Passa pra mim se der errado.
Ó, que top. Que delícia, obrigado. Parece que o meu tinha que aposentar já, que eu tava já fui de velho.
Tinha, né?
Fahrenheit.
Só não pode usar muito, só não pode usar muito.
Obrigado, velho. Tamo junto aí, vamos embora. Agora tem uma hora de estrada. Tem uma hora de estrada. É sleep deprivation. Vamos lá. Vamos pegar a estrada. Amazing job, Celso. Amazing job. Thanks for my gift, my birthday gift. Thank you. Amazing job. You kept the pace. That's it.
It just keeps the platform a little bit more stable in those type of corners.
Celso Neto working his way up through the climbing S's now, and this is the new car for this season, the Acura Integra Type S TCX car. And they were just trying to really dial in the pace of those early in the season at Sonoma. They had a pretty good debut with those cars, and right now leading the way. So Walsh is on a mission to reclaim that lead that he has not let anyone else have at the tail end of a race in TC America this year.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a key one. I think through the first 2 sectors, he's gained about 3/10 on Celso Neto, but that sort of pace, that's not enough. So we'll see what he can do in Sector 3 here, compare the overall lap time, and then sort of like do the math, see if he's got enough time at that pace to catch Celso for the lead.
So if you're in the 22 car right now, if you're Celso Neto and you're getting feedback and updates from your crew, how much are you focusing on just hitting your marks and running laps, or are you driving defensively now because you know what Chris Walsh is capable of?
Well, I think tire degradation shouldn't be a huge factor. These are relatively short races at only 40 minutes. We talked about the yellow at the start of this race, so that shortened that even more so. So he's just got to hit his marks, not make mistakes, just really focus on nice, consistent pace. He will then get the margin back, but right now on that lap as well, Chris Walsh only took 1/10 of a second out of that gap, so he's really got the pace of Chris Walsh here today. So Chris has really got to step up his game. He's got any thoughts of catching the leader.
We've seen at times this season between these two cars that Celso Neto was able to hang tough with Chris Walsh early in the going, and maybe at the tail end of the race, Walsh found another gear, an extra bit of pace to drive away. But now with Chris on the offensive, this kind of changes the dynamics a bit. And for Celso Neto, best finishes of 3rd so far this season, back at Sonoma Race 1, Sebring Race 1, and Circuit of the Americas Race 2. Here's Celso Neto and Chris Walsh, the 2 leaders in TCX, as the 63 of Alan Grossberg is getting back on track there after an off at NASCAR Bend. But Walsh, again, purple lap last time by, 201.634, and cuts that gap to 8.4 seconds to Neto.
Yeah, in that last lap, he was just over a second quicker than Celso Neto. And if we look at the time left on the board, 19 minutes, we're looking at about 8 laps more in this race. And at that pace, it could get really close by the end. So it might come down to the last lap or 2.
So there's the 104 chasing Celso Neto. And with some more information about Chris Walsh and his chase of Celso Neto, let's head down to Amanda in the pits.
Well, one of the things that might not be in terms of this battle with 12 minutes left to go in this race, you can see some of the best lap times that we've seen from Chris Walsh happening right now on track in comparison to Celso Neto, who some of his best times have been in laps prior. I was talking to Tony Callis about this, and he said that is our only hope here, is that with the front-wheel drive, that they continue to lose tires, and maybe we can make up more of this gap. But a lap with 11 minutes to go. The Callis team hopes it's there. Skip Barber, hold off, Chris.
So the pace car is going to lead the field down the front straightaway here. The clock has elapsed, and I'd anticipate here picking up a checkered flag. For Celso Neto, you see the team already celebrating there. Celso Neto, after finishing second 6 times earlier in the season, finally breaks through and wins at Virginia International Raceway and for the Skip Barber Racing School.
Yeah, some good battles. I mean, when you think about how competitive it was in terms of Neto getting that first win, Chris Walsh and he kind of had very similar pace than Ricker and Pericarpi. That was an awesome battle. Unfortunately, PJ Gronke, we saw on pit lane with a technical issue with the left front stub assembly. He and Alex Garcia are having a great battle out there, so it certainly bodes well for those battles to be renewed tomorrow.
Yeah, correcting a mistake also, Neto was P3 the last handful of times, not up in second. We have no Lucas Catania here this weekend because he and Joseph have moved over to the GT4 side of things here. But Celso, regardless, still going to break through for his first win on the season. And after a bunch of podiums this season, Calvin, that's got to really be a satisfying way to end race 1 and really set up for a chance to repeat that tomorrow and keep that momentum going into Road America.
Yeah, and I think his pace, I mean, his fastest lap was 3.5 tenths off of Chris Walsh, who was given chase. So Chris was certainly wringing the neck of that BMW trying to get to the front. So I think if they can tune that Acura Integra up a little bit, find a little bit of pace, he could generally threaten Chris under, normal circumstances without Chris coming from the back of the pack, of course, tomorrow to potentially win. But it will mean that Chris Walsh will be starting from the pole with Christian alongside with the best laps today, forming the grid for tomorrow. Optimistic that he was close enough here today. When we look at their best laps, he was only 0.04 off, so narrowly misses out on starting from the lead position in TC tomorrow. But yeah, it's all about, I think, adjustments overnight. Who can dial the car in a little bit better for tomorrow? They're so close and evenly matched. And
Celso Neto pulling into the victory area here, and you heard the claps and celebrations in the background. And he's been chasing this win all season long in a pretty fierce TCX battle, especially in the first half of the races so far this year, and a number of podiums that he's gotten, back at Sonoma and Sebring and Circuit of the Americas, and he'll add this one to the list of podiums, but this is the top step, and I think that's a really big weekend for any driver, Calvin.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough. It's just a big shift in terms of your head and what you're thinking and your approach to a race weekend. So he'll know it was under unusual circumstances, but I think he's got to look at the data too, and it will highlight that he had a really fast race car and great pace here today.
Yeah, it really is a team and family sport there. So celebrations down here in the paddock as we wait for Amanda to chat in a few minutes with our race winners from TC America, powered by Skip Barber. Let's head down to Amanda with our winners.
Well, you can imagine the team celebration that is happening for Skip Barber Racing as Celso Neto parks it right here in front of the podium. A first win in the TCX class, and you knew that Chris Walsh was coming for you. Go through those last couple of laps, and you think he was going to catch you there?
Yeah, so honestly, we know the difference of the chassis and how we have a stronger beginning. He has a stronger end. So that was my plan from the start. Once we saw he wasn't starting, it was keep the car under me and save as much tire as possible. Because I knew eventually if I had to defend or something, I needed something to fight back with, and we had that at the end. We still had some pace in us, but we kept the car under us, kept the tires under us, didn't overdrive, just kept our head with us. Luckily, the traffic played in our way as well. We didn't get held up by any traffic, so it was super important. Just got to thank the whole Skip Barber team, everyone behind me, all the sponsors, AMED, Praga Karts, everyone who supports me. I really appreciate it. And this win's for my dad. It's his birthday today, so dedicated to him, everything he does for me. Thank you, everyone, for all the support. It's been amazing.
Congratulations, Celso.
Thank you.
Well, we know the championship battle in that TC is Jeff Ricca is someone that wants to see.
And then Alex Garcia for TCA, your super fuel hard chargers of the race. Well done once again to Celso, Ron, and Alex. That concludes our podium ceremony for TC America, powered by Skip Barber. We will see you back. Your feature today for the Skip Barber Racing team, also in an Acura Integra type. Racing and the new Acura Integra.
Slowing the TCX field way down, but green flag, we're racing in TC America, powered by Skip Barber at Virginia International Raceway. And a great launch in their single file on the run down to turn 1. Here comes Celso Neto with a lunge.
Looks to the outside, he's on the outside braking line, more rubber there, he can brake a little bit deeper. Nice clean start by everyone.
And now up the snake for the first time here. The TCX field leads the way, Walsh and Neto, and now it's BMW versus Acura Integra.
Yeah, Neto really keeping Chris Walsh honest here on this opening lap. He's right there, just trying to think, where do I have an advantage possibly? See the hood kind of fluttering there in the wake of the BMW in front of him.
The Acura is a new car this season, Calvin, and it's really shown its performance potential. Very different car than this leading BMW, rear drive in the BMW, front drive in the Acura. They fundamentally have some different dynamics to work with as well.
They do. Like Neto had a little twitch there through turn 10, and it looked like Chris Walsh had a little bit of understeer through turn 11, so I don't think either car is quite into its sweet spot just yet.
There's Celso Neto in the 22, and of course this season had some podium finishes, but yesterday was the big one. They got their first win on the year. And the Acura Integra Type S sees victory lane for the first time, and that was a big win, I think, for the Skip Barber Racing School team. Celso's done a nice job, and really it's just been a hard battle against Chris Walsh this season.
It really has, and great to see them have that victory here on kind of their home base. They got a massive new workshop that they've just completed and opened the doors to here on these premises here at VIR. I think it's like 38,000 square feet or something. Just very, very impressive as you drive in here. So they have big plans, they're doing great things, and obviously their racing schools are renowned for building drivers' careers or just giving you a bucket list day to be at the racetrack, whatever your goals are. But also this racing program is the next step up, and great to see them evolve in that direction.
Here they're both clearly alongside each other, but just not enough space for two cars going for the same spot there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen drivers think about it.
Following the safety car up here, the back straightaway, Madison Avenue, and I think hopefully we can get this restart going pretty quickly with under 5 minutes to go here.
Yeah, just getting back to the ladder system. I mean, within this championship alone, you've got TCA to TC to TCX. And then obviously the next step, as we've already discussed with Chris Walsh there, making the move up to Pirelli GT4, then Fanatec GT. There's also GT America, which I think has been a wonderful championship for bronze-rated drivers to learn their craft in as well.
Well, lights are out on the Toyota GR Super safety car, so we're going to get a restart with 4 minutes to go, Calvin. What are we expecting to see in this last 4 minutes?
Well, Celso Neto realizes he's got his last opportunity here for Chris Walsh. He's got to be very determined here and really nail this restart, not give Celso the opportunity to make a move on these opening few corners.
Well, back down the hill through Hogpen into the VP acceleration zone. Chris Walsh is in command here. We're not ordered by class here. It's just the order that they caught the safety car. So we're back underway and restarting here at Virginia International Raceway. Celso Neto immediately getting by the TCA traffic.
I think that's what Jeff Ricker believed that Christian would be willing to do. Meanwhile, up front, as you talked about, Celso Neto had to clear the TCA car before he could go on the attack. And that may have saved Chris Walsh here in terms of threatening that lead.
Up Madison Avenue now with 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go. The TCA field getting closer together with all the cars that Garcia had to let by that allowed PJ Gronke to close in as Ruben Iglesias Jr. is working his way by the 62 car, the blue Mini, up on the backstretch.
Celso Neto is hanging tough there as we see them disappear up over that hill into the roller coaster.
We could have a battle in all three of our categories. All three class leaders are nose to tail now, varying car lengths between them. But we should be getting our white flag this time through. Calvin, and Celso Neto's just got to apply some pressure to the 104. It's rare that he makes a mistake, but he could.
Yeah, he certainly could. So we should be seeing the white flag here, I believe.
Across the stripe, I believe I saw that flying there. So down towards turn 1, Chris Walsh, Celso Neto. Finished the opposite way yesterday with Neto picking up his first victory this season in TC America.
Neto's digging deep. You could see him really squirming around there through the brake zone. He sent it through hog pen, but did get a little bit wide. I'm not sure if he got the perfect exit speed off of that particular corner. And that's why it's so important to manage these races, even for Chris Walsh, with the healthy lead that he had, the pace that you're using and taking energy out of those tires. You've got to be ready for a scenario like this. But if there is a reset with just a few laps to go, you've got something left in the race car.
Through the snake section and up towards the climbing S's. About 6 car lengths between the 2 leaders in TCX and similar in TC. And Chris Walsh, again, had a very late restart. You can go effectively anywhere in that last corner once the safety car has gone back into the pit lane, and he held off the field. We've seen that a couple of times already this morning, Calvin, on the restarts. Late restarts giving you maybe a better jump than an early one sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's kind of trying to surprise your competitor. And the key, though, is to really have the rolling speed that has your car in the sweet spot with the torque and the gear ratio that you can accelerate and start that restart process with.
Yeah, if you have to get on the throttle and immediately go to the gearbox, then perhaps you're not fully maximizing your restart capability. But up towards roller coaster.